Hello, everyone. Let's talk about Wuthering Heights. I'm Wyatt JP. I just walked out of the theater 20 minutes ago. I want to talk about this movie while I'm still kind of processing a little bit.
hmm
Opening thoughts.
Opening thoughts. Uh, hmm. Yeah, where to start? Uh, I'll say this. Emerald Fennell, who she's been marketed as like the first like director for Gen Z bullshit. I think she's not our age, so I don't know what they're talking about. Um, she has a weird flavor of what she thinks is sexy, and I think for this movie, it feels like it she wants to do Romeo and Juliet. She doesn't want to do Wuthering Heights. That is so clear. She wants to do Romeo and Juliet. I think they even mention Romeo and Juliet in the movie.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, you want to do a dark forbidden romance movie, fine. Um, but it's marketed as, and I think she fully believes it as like this like salacious, taboo movie, and it's just not. Like for the people that want to go see it because it's horny, it's not horny enough. And for the people that want to go see it because it's Wuthering Heights, it's not Wuthering Heights at all. So I don't know what this movie is for because it
Yeah.
feels like the eroticism is like heavily pulled back for some reason. Like there's no nudity in this movie. And like that's not exactly a bad thing, but it feels like you're muzzling yourself and not in the way the movie thinks it is. And all the like BDSM stuff in this movie is apparently very tame compared to other movies recently. One of them is Pillion with Alexander Skarsgård coming out in theaters like right now. That is like much more invested into that kind of sexual relationship. So it's like this movie isn't good at anything it's trying to do. If you want if you want a surrealist feminist sexual awakening movie, watch Poor Things. Poor Things beats this movie out of the water. If you want a period piece forbidden romance, watch Gone with the Wind. Like even if you want to make that movie controversial, it at least has its place in cinema history. And if you want like that dark fantasy, watch Labyrinth, watch Willow, watch like any movie from the 80s. It so desperately wants to be Labyrinth and Poor Things and Gone with the Wind, and it's just not even close to any of them. It's a Taylor Swift music video. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's a
I so
2 hour
Yep.
Taylor Swift music video.
So I'll set the scene for me.
Yeah.
We're recording this Monday afternoon. I decided that the best time to see this movie was 10 a.m. on a Monday morning
hmm
on President's Day.
Yep.
To set the theater scene, it was me by myself, and then in the same row, three ladies who showed up together to watch this movie.
Oh no.
I I thought about apologizing to them just for me being there. Like they did not want me there. There were scenes during this movie I didn't want to be there. Like that's not a conducive environment
Yeah.
for any of us, any four of us to enjoy this movie. So again, if you're watching this and you're one of those three ladies, I apologize.
Well,
I apologize for me
why
being
did
there.
they pick the same row?
I'm guessing they bought it. I just bought it online and like didn't see. So
Okay.
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
like we could have moved, but then
Yeah.
it would have felt weird if I moved at that point. Like
Yeah.
because I sat down first. I thought I was going to be the only one there for a while. Anyways, that was my experience going into this movie. I didn't read Wuthering Heights in high school, so
Right.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what this story is supposed to be besides the trailers of like this is the greatest love story of all time.
Which that's not the book at all. It is not a
Okay.
love story.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is if this is supposed to be a super romantic love story, I don't think this is very healthy from what
No.
some of the things I saw in this
No.
movie. That's not a healthy love story.
No.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. Few things I did like about this movie because I want to start
Okay.
positive. It's President's Day, it's a holiday.
Yep.
Like you said, this is kind of a music video. There's two montages where this
Yes.
becomes a Charlie XCX music video. Best parts of the movie. I was like, yeah, this is fun. I'm having fun. I like the soundtrack.
Hmm.
Charlie XCX, that one song that they play in the trailer, it's like, that one. I love it. I love that song.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part of this movie. There's also one scene where Heathcliff and Kathy are fighting right,
Hmm.
like almost right after Heathcliff returns. They're in this room. She brings Isabella in, kind of just like pokes fun of her and then kicks her
Yeah.
out. And they're fighting.
Yeah.
They're pissed off at each other and they're having this revenge off where it's like,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
going to inflict so much revenge pain on you for the rest of this movie. And I was like, that scene, I was like, these are two heavyweight actors
Yeah.
going bar for bar.
Yeah.
I was ready. I was like, if this is the rest of this movie, them just trying to revoke avenge on people, I'm in. Didn't get that the rest of the time. It went in a different
Right.
direction than I thought.
I think that's what the book is, though. The book is a
Yeah.
gothic revenge, and then it turns into a generational, like, ghost story. Like, the ghost
Interesting.
haunts Wuthering Heights, and either Heathcliff or, like, a descendant of Heathcliff is, like, haunted by it. So, that scene is, like, as close to the book as you get, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because
Because I love that scene.
yeah, let's just say this I don't think the characters have sex in the book.
Interesting.
It's, like, yearning. It's very much like Pride and Prejudice with, like, the hand flex scene. It's that the entire time,
Mm.
but with revenge. So the fact
Uh,
that they're like, "No, we're just gonna do sexy time because the romantasy books are flying off the shelves and this movie's doing decent in the box office," I think word of mouth is going to destroy the second weekend. Um,
Yeah, I'm worried about that as
yeah.
someone who has this in our fantasy box office.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Not very happy about the quality of this movie.
Yeah.
And the other thing I liked about it, so the two montage scenes where it's just a music video,
Mhm.
I'm in that scene, and then it looked cool. Like it looked really good.
Yeah, so the one thing I hated going in because you could see it in the trailer, but also kind of leaving the theater, I hated the landscape, but I vibe with it now. So
Okay.
going in, it's like, okay, it's very surrealist. So nothing is reality. Like that opening, I will say the first 5 minutes of the movie is where Emerald Fennell is succeeding in doing what she wants to do. I don't think she succeeds for the rest of the movie, but that opening chunk where the hanging scene, I think is like actually a pretty funny opening to what this movie thinks it's going to be. And then the two little girls running up to Wuthering Heights through the landscape with like the mist and the Scottish
Mhm.
Highlands, and then like these like basalt black crystals rising out of the earth. It's like, what the hell is this? And that's when it has the Charlie XCX song, I think I'm gonna die in this house, while like the twine thread shows the title of the movie. That one shot is like, this is the best it's gonna be. This is it. This is the only part where I was like, that was pretty good. But I did not vibe with the landscape at all because it's so empty. And like these people are
Mhm.
supposed to be wealthy and like used to be wealthy kind of thing. And you're kind of looking around, it's like, no, you're not. You live in a desert. There's no wealth here. There's no means of anything. Like I kept joking with you, it's like, where's the sheep? If you watch any Jane Austen or previous adaptations of Wuthering Heights, like the people that owned the land and like the farms around them showed their wealth through their lawns and like their sheep. Like they would make money off all this land they owned. So they talk about land and money in this movie, but they don't show it at all. That land is worth shit even back then. And so it's like, okay, how are these people wealthy? But it's a surrealist visual. The landscape is not reflecting the wealth, it's reflecting the romance. So it is a forbidden romance, which means The fields are not fertile. It is a barren wasteland. No fruit will be harvested from this love, kind of thing. So it's like, okay, I get it now. Especially if you compare it to the lush forest that is in Hamnet, and
Mhm.
the juxtaposition between London and the woods, the wilderness that um Jesse Buckley's character comes from in Hamnet. Chloe Zhao is very good at like filming nature. It's the one thing I like about her. I don't like her scripts, but I love how she films nature. This is like very on the opposite end of the spectrum. Emerald Fennell is like, there is no life here. It's already a dead zone. And these two people think they can change that, and they're wrong. So that was the one creative choice in this whole movie that I was like, actually, that's good. That was a good choice.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it is funny you mentioned just like this is a story that's very clearly just about class, like wealth, having land, like
Yes.
but also
It's trying to
it doesn't
talk the
talk about
talk.
it.
Yeah, it's trying to like talk about it. Well, no, it's trying to like it's trying to do the walk. It's trying to walk the walk without talking about anything,
Yeah.
and I think it fails miserably. Um,
Because
yeah,
Heathcliff's character, he comes back after however many years away. He has an
yeah,
earring, which is sick.
yeah.
He shaves. He
He's got
found a
like a silver
razor.
tooth to fix his. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. Looks cool, looks hot, not gonna deny that. But he comes back and he has this, like, newfound wealth, and he flexes that by saying, "Yeah, I bought Wuthering Heights." Wuthering Heights looked like a dump. I could probably buy that now and do a podcast. Like, it's not that didn't seem like a flex of wealth at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
And I understand, like, I'm just gonna buy this place because it's home, but
Well,
I don't know.
he doesn't
That place
renovate it
is
either.
nothing. Yeah,
He
it's
doesn't
nothing. There's
renovate it.
no one else lives there. It's
Yeah,
just him. Like, I don't know what that place is.
yeah.
I know you have the opening hanging scene, but you have Wuthering Heights. It's just like this house with the crazy
Right.
abusive alcoholic dad who dies, and then now Heathcliff and whatever you want to call that character, Isabella.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
we can talk about that in a second. I do want to
Yeah.
focus on Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie in
Okay.
this movie. So I
Yeah.
will say this. I don't think they are bad in this movie.
Okay.
I think there's a good portion before Heathcliff leaves, or maybe right when he comes back. There's a lot of time that takes place throughout this movie. It's really hard for me to believe them, especially Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
as like
A
just
teenager.
I don't teenager throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Like that's really hard for them to just be like, I didn't get what I want and I'm mad. Like it's
Yeah.
hard for, like, and I don't want to say like they're too old to play this role, but they might be too old to play. I don't want to say
I
that against them because again, they're great in what they're given. But it's just hard for me to believe them
yeah.
in that time period of like being will they, won't they, angsty teens almost.
Yeah. Have you seen the I Tanya clip?
Uh-uh.
There's a clip where
Well, which
from
one?
I Tanya where the first chunk of that movie, it's about the skater. So it's McKenna
Yeah.
Grace when she's a child actress skating out of the rink, and then the camera moves away from her, and then it says like my first real competition when I was 14, and it pans over and it's Margot Robbie at like 25. It's like the funniest like reveal accidental
Yeah.
ever. I was feeling that this entire movie. First off,
Mhm.
you have the boy from Adolescence. Great casting
Fantastic. Yeah.
from Adolescence to Euphoria, basically. With uh the tall guy. Wow, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi. Yeah. So you have the kid from Adolescence go to Jacob Elordi. It's like I was vibing with that, and I think Jacob Elordi can play younger
Mhm.
better than Margot Robbie.
I
Only
think he is younger.
he is younger, and also I think I'm just used to him in
Yeah, he's
Euphoria.
28.
That's not that much younger. Like for this, that is not that much younger. It's like
Yeah.
7 years. That's nothing. Um, I don't know. I could see him. I think because he visually changes several times. I like that he has like a glow up like you were
Mhm.
saying. I do like that change. Margot Robbie looks the same the entire movie. And I actually just watched last night I watched Marie Antoinette, the Sofia Coppola one with Kirsten Dunst. Has kind of the same problem where uh Kirsten or Kristen. Wow, I'm bad with actors today.
Kirsten?
I think it's Kirsten. She's supposed to play like a 14-year-old at the beginning. And then by the end of the movie, she has two kids, and one of them is like maybe 7. So she looks the same the entire
Mm.
time, even though she does a great job. And I think she was very perfectly cast for that movie. It's very much on these both movies. Like, how old are these people supposed to be? Especially
Yeah.
with the montages. It's like, is that the third Christmas? So it's been 3
They
years,
had
and then
they had one time
yeah,
time card.
yeah,
Like we're passing through time. It's like,
yeah,
oh, you hear it in the dialogue. It's been 6 months. It's been 4 years, and then all of a sudden,
yes.
randomly, it's like 1 year later.
Oh,
It's like either do that or
yes,
don't.
yes,
Like
yes.
pick
I agree.
pick
I
a
agree.
lane. How you're going to tell us that time is passing? You just randomly
Yeah,
had one time card,
yeah.
which was really funny to me.
I totally forgot about that. Yes, either 2-0 or like be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
One thing I noticed about halfway through this film, and I really hope this isn't a Jacob Elordi thing. I hope it's just this movie. But I noticed halfway through that Jacob Elordi, and maybe it's just in this movie in the accent he's trying to do. I don't know how
yeah,
different it is than
yeah.
he normally talks, but he sounded like he was doing a Christian Bale impersonation, and I couldn't get it out of my brain. So like if you ever go
Yeah.
back and watch clips from this movie, just close your eyes and picture Christian Bale. And I know they probably like I don't know where they both were born. I don't know
Well,
if they have a very
Elordi
similar
and Margot
accent,
Robbie are Australian. They're both
and Christian
Australian.
Bale's not.
He's not.
Correct. So
Yeah,
there's a part halfway through this movie, I was like, he's doing a Christian Bale impersonation. And I
that's
couldn't
interesting.
get it out of my head.
Yeah.
And it bothered me the entire movie. So, like, that's a me thing.
Hmm.
Maybe no one else heard it, but I was like, wait, I've heard this voice before. And it's
Well,
Christian Bale, specifically in The Prestige, is what I was thinking
oh,
about.
okay. Well, physically, he's very Frankenstein. He's
Yeah.
doing the broody, you know, tall giant monster that's hiding in the shadows. Very Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to do a lower class British accent,
Hmm.
and I think Christian Bale maybe, especially for the Prestige, was doing that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both Margot Robbie and Elordi were like trying to do things with this script, and again, I think this script at some points thought it was smarter than it was, and at other points was holding back. Um,
Yeah.
like we didn't even see, like we saw 0 penises. I think that's kind of ridiculous. If you want it to be like, if you want to make a romantasy movie, you have to put a penis in there.
Hey, if you
You
want to see
have
penis in
to.
2026, you watch 28 years later, you watch Bone Temple, and you
That's
have a great time.
that's the thing. This has been a great year for like prosthetic penises. I'm not even kidding. Bone Temple and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 2 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's legit a jump scare. It's like, what are we doing? um, yeah.
And the pit. I'll add the pit.
Oh, there
Great
is one.
prosthetic penis there too.
There you
So
go.
look at that. The year of prosthetics.
All in movies that you don't want to see it in. This is the one
Yeah.
movie that you do want to see it in, and they're like, no, we're not going to have
Yeah.
that.
Well, given my theater experience this morning, I don't think I would have wanted
But
to
I
be
think
honest.
those
But in
ladies
the
wanted to. I think
you're
those
right,
ladies
you're
wanted
right.
to.
But for my personal experience,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't have that.
But you're not the demographic.
Exactly. Yes. It was very apparent. I was like, this isn't for me. And here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a love story. So here's where my sick little twisted brain needs rewiring is at the end of this movie, the last like 30 seconds, Jacob Elordi's in bed, or sorry, Heathcliff is
Yeah.
in bed with Kathy, which hilarious name for this character. I just Kathy is really funny to me that that's her name.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
what
like,
people
but it's
I know
like
it's Catherine,
Catherine.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
the fact that we have this like great love story, it's just Kathy, like
Yeah.
that just made me laugh.
Yeah.
But they're in bed, they're flashing back to them as kids,
Oh
and you
my
have this
God.
kind of cute
Yeah.
romantic scene. And I should roll my eyes and be like, this is gimmicky. I don't like this. it fucking worked on me. And I was
What?
like, damn.
Oh,
I was like, wait a second, have I been rooting for these guys the whole time? I know I wasn't. There's so much I don't like about this movie, but it could just like that's the power of movies. There was a 30-second period. I was like, oh, I
I,
was like,
that's
damn it.
that's the power of propaganda. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. It worked. I don't know how.
She.
I was mad at myself for like buying into this. I was like,
Mm.
dang it, this is kind of working. After I just saw Jacob Elordi have a dog, a woman as a dog. And I'm like, oh, poor Heathcliff. He's
No,
gonna
the
I'm like, oh,
the pet dynamics in this movie are, yeah,
ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, let's maybe we can touch on that now.
Well,
Isabella's character. I don't know
no,
much about from the book, but
uh, I'm pretty sure it's a very different departure from who she is
it
in the
has to
book.
be.
I will say, I think this movie thinks it's very funny. There were points where I was laughing. That whole Isabella scene, I thought was so stupid, but in a fun way. Like, again, I didn't read the book, so I bet every book fan is hating on that entire scene because I'm pretty sure she is has much more agency in the book and is far more of a human being
Yeah.
and less of a, yeah, I don't even want to describe what she is in this movie. Just basically a child sex slave.
Yeah. It's
um
awful. It's so there's nothing you don't get another layer to that character. It's just very surface level. Like
yeah.
the movie looks down upon that character immediately and doesn't
Yes.
shy away from it,
Yeah.
and just like keeps diving into that.
Yeah.
Ugh. So that happened. That
No.
was that was a fun scene for me to sit through. Because again, I wanted to laugh. The other time I laughed, I think we'd mentioned this on this show before. The strawberry. It's on it for 2 seconds.
I
Margot
wanted
Robbie
more
has a
of it.
strawberry
I wanted more
the
of it.
size of her palm. It was
Yes.
so I burst out laughing. I was like, "That's
Bigger
hilarious."
than a coconut. That, like, I think the art department wanted to like be campy with it, like with all the wardrobing. Like TikTok hates this movie because the wardrobe, the costumes are not period accurate. It's like on the list of things to complain about this movie, that is low. Cuz again, it's surrealist, it's subjective, it's trying to be camp and punk rock. How successful that is, I think everyone's kind of agreeing on how successful it is, but they're trying to do it. I thought some of the costumes were fun. Like the saran wrap one is like, I thought, again, so stupid it's funny, but they
Mhm.
all look super cheap. They look like they're from like Zara and not in like a Bad Bunny halftime show way. Like just straight up, oh, we'll get a cheap plastic corset and we'll just tape saran wrap around it. It felt very cheap.
Yeah, I just think overall it felt like the movie was trying really hard to say something and then just ultimately said nothing at all. And I was like, you could have just
Yeah.
made it more campy, more just like the greatest love story you've ever seen. But no, it wanted to take itself too seriously at times.
I don't think it was trying to say anything. Here's the thing about Emerald Fennell. Let's finally like drag the skeleton out of the closet. She wants to be a controversial filmmaker. She enjoys the controversy. All three of her movies have had, I'm going to be honest, really intriguing ideas on paper. But then by the end of the movie, she literally spits in your face because she wants that twist ending that makes you like clutch your pearls kind of thing.
Mhm.
I have not seen Promising Young Woman, but I've heard the controversy of the ending where the whole movie is like cops don't do anything and then the very end of the movie is like only cops can save the day. Bad. But haven't seen the movie. Saltburn and this movie have very similar things in that I think reveal her as a person. Um, and that is that she is from a very wealthy upper class British ecosystem. Whether she agrees with it or not, that is like her background. And both the bad guys from Saltburn and from Wuthering Heights, her adaptation of it, are poor people, not even like poor, like people that have like are in okay situations
Just in comparison, poor.
that are crawling up the ladder, uh like those greedy bastard poor people, like the envy and jealousy, and they are eating and like parasitizing the rich class who are innocent victims. And it's like, no. What that's why a lot of people didn't like Saltburn. That's why I don't like Saltburn. Because it was like, oh, we're gonna do Mr. Ripley, but actually he's upper middle class. So it's like, oh, the why is he
Then
doing any of this? He's in a comfortable house. What is he doing? And the movie doesn't tell you why. It pretends that he's in
mhm.
love, and then the ending is like, "Oop, got ya." As in, I lied to you for 2 hours. Here's the truth, and it's like I don't believe that. And then this movie is very much like it's trying to be romantic, it's trying to be sexy, and what does Emerald Fennell think is sexy? Not not nudity, which I'm kind of surprised after Saltburn.
Mhm.
And white people, white skin, because the people of color that she casted in this movie are so pushed to the side when it comes to like sexy time. And the character that Jacob Elordi plays in the book, Heathcliff, it's kind of ambiguous what his background is, but he racially is seen as inferior to the Lintons and to the upper class families in Wuthering Heights. So some
Mhm.
people think he's Irish, other people think he's Romani, and other people think he's like Indian. So, victims of like British imperialism. He is like an echo of that. And in this movie, he's a 6'6" white, just strapping handsome dude. And it's like there's the whole controversy before the movie came out of casting Heathcliff as a white man. And it's like, okay, but she's doing something else in this movie. She's casting, blind, because the her best friend is played by an Asian woman, and Mr. Linton is I don't know if he's Pakistani. I don't want to say that. But he's he's not white. And so it's like, okay, fine. They're gonna do a Bridgerton. They're gonna do a Bridgerton. Even though it works for Bridgerton because it's an escapist, mindless romantasy where it's like we're not gonna talk about British imperialism, and then season two is like, oh yeah, these girls are from India. It's like, okay, then you have to talk about British imperialism. But
Yeah.
whatever. This movie is like, it's not, we're not going to talk about race at all. It's going to be blind casting. The color of his skin is nothing. It's more just class. And then Mr. Linton marries Margot Robbie, and he's like, I love her so much. I built her bedroom where all the walls are her skin color. And it's like, you motherfucker. Like, no, you cannot say race has nothing to do with class or imperialism or money or wealth. And in the same movie, say, isn't her skin tone so hot? Like, no. And when like they're making out, it's like, oh yeah, the white man should take off his shirt so he shows more of his like bare back when they're making out. It's and again, there's no nudity in this movie. They have sex fully clothed, except for him taking off his shirt. So we get all skin and no sex. It is weird. I've never seen anything like that. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
baffling. It's baffling.
all great points, honestly, like,
It's
because 'cause I've been trying to wrap my head around it's not a good movie.
no, no,
Is it the worst movie ever made? No.
no.
Um, I think there's some movies that I walk out of as I would categorize myself as a pretty casual movie fan. Like, I'm not in the weeds maybe as much as you are, and I think that's why I enjoy doing this show because I learn a lot.
Yeah.
But I walk out of some movies thinking I'm too stupid to fully understand that, and I need to sit with that for a while. I
Yeah.
think this movie wants me to feel that way, but I don't. I just think it's stupid.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I feel because there's a lot of movies like even you brought up Poor Things. Poor Things is a movie that, like I sit through and appreciate, and I walk into the theater of like I know I should appreciate this more. Why don't I? And it forces me to like sit with the movie longer, which I enjoy doing,
Yeah.
and like think about it more critically. But like in the moment, sometimes I have a hard time fully processing what this is trying to say, which I think that's a cool thing about movies.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a movie
Yeah.
that I think wants me to feel that way, and I just simply don't. I don't want to wrestle with this movie anymore. I
Right.
don't want to think about it
Yeah.
anymore because I don't think it's saying anything. And so I think that's where the frustrating part comes. But
Yeah.
again, Charlie XCX rocks. Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Best part of the movie. Um,
And
okay.
I think the production design and even the lighting, I think recent Hollywood movies, whenever they do like a night sequence, it's lit so poorly. Or like Netflix movies or Netflix TV shows, whenever it's a night sequence, it's lit terribly. This
Mhm,
movie, the lighting during the night sequences are fantastic. Again, they're going for the surrealist, they're going for the music video screenshots. Like, this one shot is going to look good. It makes 0 sense to the rest of the movie, but we're going to make sure this shot looks good. Sometimes it worked. I think the one shot of Heathcliff running away, where it's like the red sunset behind him,
mhm,
fantastic visuals, but they don't like connect to each other. They're so standalone because this is a music video for 2 hours. Yeah,
no.
it's yeah. So,
But that's the movie, and again, I think you kinda hit it on the nose where I think this is what Emerald Fennell wants. She wants us to talk about this movie in a divisive way. She
yeah,
wants to create
yeah.
online discourse, which job well done. If that's the goal, tip the cap.
But
Congratulations.
for, like,
She
1
did it
week,
again.
I don't think it's a
Yeah.
success if it only lasts 1 week. Like, Poor Things, I think Poor Things is just the perfect comparison to this, is not perfect because it is a movie with a ton of nudity and where Emma Stone is playing a character with a child's brain going through kind of a sexual awakening in an adult woman's body, directed by a man. Like
Mhm.
the sexual politics of that movie is not exactly clean, but not in like a destructive way.
Yeah.
It's exploring something interesting that I think Emma Stone had as much say in it as a producer
Mhm.
as Yorgos. And then you look at Margot Robbie as the producer of Wuthering Heights, and I don't think she's adding anything to this movie at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's I guess we can kinda leave it there. Yeah, this movie's gonna make a lot of money. It already has.
a
It'll
lot.
probably You're right. The most money of 2026 so far. Like, it
Yeah.
is the most
Yeah.
successful movie of 2026. You're right.
Yeah.
A lot of money. I'll take that one back. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking because I need it to do well
You
for
need
our
it to do
draft,
well. Yeah.
which I don't think it will. I think I'll struggle to break even, but, yeah, this is a movie that people are gonna talk about, so I think it's good having the conversation of, like, why it isn't necessarily connecting with audiences, but, alright, we'll leave it at that. You have anything else to add that you wanna get off your chest from this movie that you remember?
Not this movie. I mean, I think it's weird. This was Valentine's Day weekend. We
Mhm.
had 4 original movies come out. Crime 101, which apparently is a romance and apparently it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights, which was the clear Valentine's Day marketed movie. You had a Sony animated basketball movie, which when I went to the theater, that was the one that was the busiest. I saw like little kids running around like with their Air Jordans on and their jerseys.
Mhm.
It was awesome. And then you had Gore Verbinski back from hiding basically to do a Sam Rockwell Terminator 2 Judgment Day riff on AI. And I think it's super interesting where we are right now, where we have a lot of movies coming out. We still don't know how to market them at all, and they're not going to make money. But you know, they're all trying something. So
Yeah. Keep trying.
keep
Keep trying,
trying.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Keep trying. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like in the video if you watch this far, and we'll see you next time. Peace.